Hey, how's it going, guys? Hope everyone had a good weekend. Just want to make a video tonight. I have a assortment of pre-war cards to show you. Did another video like this before, but these are some different cards. And one of the things that I really enjoy about collecting the pre-war cards is that even some of the common players, people that you don't really have any reason to know otherwise, have some really interesting stories and some really interesting history, and led some very remarkable lives in a lot of ways. And so I'm going to talk about a couple of those tonight. Start off with this card here. This is Mo Berg, and this is a 1940 play ball. A lot of you may have heard of Mo Berg, or maybe familiar with why he's an interesting guy. Casey Stengel called him the strangest man ever to play baseball. He had kind of an unremarkable baseball career, but in other ways in his life was kind of a fascinating guy. He was a graduate of Princeton University and Columbia Law School. He allegedly spoke 12 languages, and in World War II, he was a spy for the United States, and posed, among other things, as a German businessman. And on one assignment, he was ordered to locate and interview a guy named Werner Heisenberg, who was a top German scientist at the time, who was suspected of working on the atomic bomb. And Mo Berg was ordered to carry a shoulder-holstered pistol, speak with Heisenberg, and determine whether or not he believed that the Germans were close to developing the atomic bomb. And if during this interview he felt that they were close, he was to assassinate Heisenberg with the pistol and then commit suicide by taking cyanide. Obviously, that didn't happen, and his conclusion was correct that they weren't close to the atomic bomb. But anyhow, Mo Berg is a really interesting guy, and can read more about his life if it's something that interests you. But I found that story and some others related to him to be really fascinating. For the next one, interesting bit of trivia about this next guy. Everyone knows, I assume everyone knows that Cal Ripken has the record for most consecutive games played. He played in 2,632. Lou Gehrig, of course, second all-time, 2,130. But does anyone know who is third all-time in consecutive games played? Well, it's this guy right here, Everett Scott, who played in 1,307 consecutive games, which is good enough for third all-time. This is a E121 American Caramel card. I have another Everett Scott card here. This is a 1916 Sporting News M1014 card. And there's the back of that card. Everett Scott, in addition to holding that record, or third place all time in that category, he also was captain of both the Red Sox and the Yankees during his career. And after his baseball career, he became a professional bowler. So that's Everett Scott. Next up, this is Dick Hobblitzel. And this is a 1916 Standard Biscuit card. A lot of these, the series from 1916, the fronts look similar, and kind of similar to the T206s. They have a variety of different advertising backs. The Standard Biscuit is not a rare back, but it's not one of the more common ones either. Anyhow, Dick Hobblitzel, this one, I'm going to kind of go through these a little faster. Dick Hobblitzel, his baseball career was cut short due to his service in the Army during World War I, where he served as a dentist. So that's Dick Hobblitzel. Next up, Ernie Shore. And this is a 1916 M1014 Sporting News. That's the back there. Interesting fact about Ernie Shore. On June 23rd, 1917, the Red Sox played against the Senators at Fenway Park. Babe Ruth was the starting pitcher that day for the Red Sox. He walked the first batter and then became involved in a heated argument with the home plate umpire, who he then punched and was ejected out of the game. Ernie Shore was brought in to pitch after Ruth was ejected. The runner that had been walked tried to steal second base and was thrown out. And Ernie Shore, after that, retired the next 26 hitters without allowing a base runner. For many years, I guess, in the record books, they listed this as a perfect game, but officially it's now scored as a no-hitter shared by two pitchers, Ruth and Shore. And incidentally, Ruth paid a $100 fine for punching the umpire and publicly apologized after the game. So that's Ernie Shore. Next up, we have Jack Barry. And this is a 1916 also. This has a famous and bar back. He played from 1908 through 1919. Following that, he was the head coach at Holy Cross for 40 years. And during that time, he posted a career winning percentage of .806, which is the highest winning percentage in collegiate baseball history. And he also won the 1952 College World Series as the manager of Holy Cross. All right, so that's Jack Barry. Next up, this is Hal Janvrin, and this is a 1916 Sporting News. This one's graded a 5.5 by SGC. And Hal Janvrin, interesting fact about him, his grandson, Dave Silk, played on the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team that won the gold medal, and also later played in the NHL. That's Hal Janvrin. The rest of these cards I'm going to go through a little faster. We're at 8 minutes here on this video. So this is Larry Gardner. This is the M1015 with a blank back. Larry Gardner. And from this 1916 set, most notable card in this set is the Babe Ruth rookie card. This is Nemo Leibold. This is the E121 American Caramel from 1921. Oscar Vitt, another 1921 E121 American Caramel. And finally, Sam Agnew. This is 1916 with the famous and bar back. You know, like I said, a lot of these cards, they're not really expensive. You can get these relatively cheap. And, you know, I enjoy kind of researching these players. There's, you know, a lot of these older guys, you know, led really fascinating lives outside of baseball. You can just find some interesting things reading up on them. A website, in addition to like Wikipedia or whatever you can find on Google, there's a great website, the Society for American Baseball Research. It's sabr.org, and just have really well-written articles on, you know, lots of different players, lots of things related to baseball. And you know, most of the time when I get a card like these today of, you know, kind of lesser known players, you know, I look them up on SABR, and you can find out some interesting things. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe and comment. And I hope everyone has a good week. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.